I keep improving day by day. The gym, martial arts, and studying. No matter how much progress I make, sometimes my mind still drags me down. It can whisper stuff like, "You're always going to be alone. This is all for nothing. Nobody is ever going to love you. You're too late." I can be doing everything right, and still part of me believes the worst about myself. Now, I've been off porn and masturbation for over 3 months now. Maybe my brain's still adjusting to not getting those quick dopamine hits it's used to, or maybe deep down I just haven't fully learned to like myself yet. But maybe that's the thing about negative thoughts. They don't care how much progress you make. They sneak in, whisper in your ear, and try to convince you none of it matters. And sometimes you may just listen and believe it. But here's what I've learned. You can't always stop these thoughts from showing up, but you can stop them from controlling you. The first step is noticing that the thought is even happening. Sometimes I feel it in my body before I hear it in my head. My chest gets tight, I lose focus. When I catch myself hearing those thoughts in my head, I say to myself, I'm having that thought that I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life, or I'm falling so far behind, or I should just end it all. But, then I just say the negative thought out loud, but not too loud, especially if you're out in public or, not alone in your home. It's not that I am worthless or that I'll be alone forever. It's you want to say I'm having the thought that I am worthless and that I'll be alone forever, but saying it like that, that little bit of distance can make that thought that you usually have, just a little bit less powerful. Next thing you can do is, when your brain starts to spiral, I refuse to let it run on autopilot. I try to break the cycle, and that might mean standing up from your bed or desk, taking deep breaths, changing your posture, or literally saying stop out loud. Sometimes I step outside, feel the air, and remind myself I'm here right now, not stuck in my head. Now, I don't like to force fake positivity. If my thoughts in my head is something like nobody will love me, I'm not gonna jump to, everybody loves me. I love myself. It doesn't really work if you don't actually believe it, because to me, you're pretty much just reinforcing something you don't believe in deep down, and you are just reminding yourself of something that you are lacking. So instead of saying something like that, I instead say, I'm working on becoming someone I'm proud of. That's more real, and I'm sure everyone can believe that. And it's something that I myself can control, and it can be true if you are putting in the work for yourself too. And finally, I write down these moments in a journal, whether it's on pen and paper or on my phone with a notepad app. So every time I catch and redirect a negative thought, I jot it down, and over time, I've seen that the thoughts, they still come, but I don't believe them as easily anymore as I used to. So, how did I change my brain's mentality? Well, cutting out things that made me feel bad helped a lot. You know, things like porn, junk food, and well, brain rotting, binge, late night watching stuff that I didn't even care about. I stopped playing games that weren't fun anymore. I started to focus on hobbies and goals, things that give me purpose. And since then, well, since I've been off porn for about 3 months, I definitely feel way better about myself. My obsessive thoughts about finding a girlfriend have dropped significantly. And I think that's because my brain's rewired. Not fully, like I still have that neuron activated mode, you know? But for a long time, I was chasing that quick dopamine hit through sexual stimulation. And whether or not I realized it, well, now my brain finds reward in training, making videos, and, well, learning and going to the gym. And those are things that don't come with shame or crashes. And without those old compulsive habits eating my mental energy, I have more focus for hobbies and creativity. And that's why the finding a girlfriend thoughts have dialed down. My brain's no longer in this chasing mode, it's in a building mode. And I'm not going to lie, I still struggle. Some days those thoughts can still hit hard, but now I see them for what they are. Just thoughts, not truths. And if you're dealing with the same thing as I am, all you have to do is start small. Catch that negative thought, break the pattern, replace it with something real like a hobby or a goal, and just stick with it. You can't control every thought, but you can control what you do with them. So just keep going, one day at a time. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate it if you left a like, subscribed if you haven't already, and I would love to hear your feedback on this video if you could drop a comment. Finally, of course, remember, be your own hero. Enough said. Yeah, buddy.
Thanks for watching.